I'm Alex with Air Warranty, and today we're discussing our recently completed survey on LinkedIn by aviation professionals that asked the question: what primary issue do you have dealing with suppliers and OEMs on warranty claims? The survey shows the biggest issue to be root cause disputes. Our four warranty experts, Mark Winter, John Toom, Mike Bartlett, and Remick Mary, are here to discuss the results. Here is Mark Winter to start.
So Alex, thanks so much for the introduction. We thought we'd spend some time now to go over a working definition of what root cause disputes are, and then transition into some tactics that we've come up with that we think would mitigate. So what is a root cause dispute and what are they? We believe that they focus on when customers and suppliers draw different conclusions regarding the reasons why products fail or products end up with a performance shortfall. These disputes likely result from operators and suppliers not basing their conclusions on a common set of facts and data. For example, some operators may only have localized data available to them to aid them in reaching their conclusions, whereas suppliers may have access to a fleet level data with thousands of components. Another area where disputes may arise is that there may be insufficient effort expended on the problem by either party. Either way, during these disputes, these discussions, operating costs on the customer's side continue to pile up until the parties can reach an agreement on what the real true root cause of the issue is. So from there, we'd like to transition to some tactics that we've developed that we believe can be used to help mitigate in these situations. The first one is properly positioning your issue with the supplier. Remick, do you have some thoughts on that?
Yeah, sure do. Thanks a lot, Mark. Some issues you'll find are fleet-wide. Other issues are isolated to a single operator. And also, this may be the first occurrence in the fleet that you'll find. Key thing is to be sure you collect all the data on the failure and track for any other occurrences. Also, post your findings on fleet team boards. Pretty much all the OEMs have boards that you can see what other operators are doing, what they're experiencing. Excellent place to get additional information for your claims.
Okay, thank you. Okay, the next key tactic to use is to know what key technical information is relevant to your issue. Mike, do you have comments on that?
Yeah, Mark, it's all about the data you submit as part of your claim. So you really need to document and detail your experience in your fleet. And as you well know, you do that by providing pictures, removal data, shop and teardown reports, provide supporting analytical data, anything that helps paint a picture of what's going on in clear, concise format. And make sure you include an operational impact and statement, because definitely these things are impacting how your airline is flying and operating. So make sure that's clear in a way that is understood what the hurt is. Remick, you got anything else?
Yeah, sure, Mike. I think, too, it's important that you ensure the documentation or the issue that you have cannot be construed as something being the fault of your airline.
Yeah.
And so it's important that you don't, that you make it and not make it, but it's going to be an issue that is with the product and not how you operate an aircraft.
Okay, thank you, gentlemen. One additional point to consider in this tactic of providing key technical information is to be very specific in your claim of any assertion of a defect in either design or material workmanship, and provide attendant rationale. Mike, do you have any go-ons there?
Yeah, Mark, it's really important to demonstrate a solid understanding of the design and its intended in-service performance. So your engineers need to dig into any OEM or supplier publications and their data to help develop the technical case. And they're going to have to do a lot of work to prove it's an anomaly that's the result of a design, a manufacturing, or an in-service issue that should not have otherwise occurred. So in your claim, outline your understanding of the intended function of the component or the piece of structure or whatever it is in the performance of the design versus what's actually occurring in your fleet. and then emphasize the magnitude of the difference between the two. And then again, as I mentioned earlier, outline the resulting impact on your operation. John,
Okay,
you got
thanks,
anything
Mike.
else?
No, just remember that you're not only looking at root cause, but you're trying to find that warrantable defective condition, which may involve other elements of design. It may involve the engineering process. It may involve the trade-offs that are associated with the design process. So you have to look beyond just the physical root cause and into the details of the design process.
Okay, thanks, guys. The third main tactic that we've developed is to ensure you receive a clear and unambiguous response from the supplier. Keep pushing until the supplier provides a factually grounded technical response. Remick, do you have any follow-on?
Yeah. So if you get something back from a supplier that is just really light on a response, basically a no, it's really important that you push to get more details. We discussed earlier, as Mark and or Mike and John discussed, you need to have that information back from the supplier of why it's being rejected. Give us the technical background. An answer of a no is not acceptable. So push back, request for further details, and expect to get the same type of the information you provide. You should get something similar coming back, meaning the details.
Great, thanks. The fourth tactic we've developed is to utilize contract provisions as appropriate. John?
Yeah, so not all contracts have specific rules of engagement laid out, but there are often provisions in contracts or product support agreements that do in fact describe the rules of engagement or terms for establishing root cause, the data that's required, the period of notification, etc. So make sure you're familiar with your contract and make sure you're taking advantage of any provisions that are spelled out in those documents.
Perfect, thank you. And finally, our final tactic today is to participate in technical review processes. Remick?
Yeah, this kind of adds into more what we discussed earlier in this topic here. It really helps to provide more substantiated data from other operators, such as going to the fleet team forums. A lot of information out there. Get as much as you can. This really helps a lot in substantiating and building your case for a strong claim. And Mike, you may want to add some other additional information on this too.
Yeah, thanks, Remick. I think it's really important to form relationships with the technical people at the OEM or the suppliers, both in their fleet support world and also in their programs. The engineers in the programs, have the detailed knowledge. The fleet engineering have the what's happening in the fleet and a pulse on what airlines are feeling. So between the two, you get a lot of information. And then also make sure you form relationships with technical folks at other airlines. In our experience, through this network of colleagues, you gain a lot of valuable insight into issues that you would otherwise miss. So just exploit that as much as possible.
Thank you for watching. Please respond below with your comments. We will be responding. Do not forget to follow us on LinkedIn for more videos like this. If you are in need of warranty help, we are here for you. Check out airwarranty.com for our contact information or message us here on LinkedIn. Thank you.